Hey there. In this session, we will create a WordBags and Ngram. Using tokenization, we can split the text into the words. Bags and Ngram allow us to group those words into the various pair. Let's understand what is a WordBag. WordBag maps the column specifying to the vector of Ngram count into the new column. For example, our input is my heart is full of love for you. You are sunshine of my life. Because of you, my life is so colorful. Good morning. Backup word will identify the each word from the input and based on its frequency, add it into the collection. For the given input text, the below data will be identified as a bags of word. Here the word my comes 3 times, so it will add just once, but its count would be 3. Similarly, life come 2 times, so it has a 2 count, and word that comes just once will be also added in this bag. In the ML.NET, the produce WordBag method will convert this count into the vector of ngram. There is another method for the WordBags, name produce has WordBags. As the name suggests, this method will first has the word and create a bags of those has words. Note that word in the WordBag might not be same as the term in the input. Till now we have focused on the single word itself. But sometimes we also need to focus on the word place before and after. For example, we are performing the sentiment analysis for the book reviews, and the one of input is normally I don't like the friction books, but this was not so bad. So as a human, we can say that this is a positive behavior. But machine learning algorithm will tokenize the each word and determine whether the given word is positive or negative. But tokenization will generate the tokens as below and assign the sentiment based on the particular word. Does not, and bad are the negative words, and like is the only positive word. So the result will be the negative. Because we also need to consider the before and afterwards. Ngram comes in the picture, and ngram is a continuous sequence of the n items in the given sample of text. For example, I have created a ngram of the size 2, which is also known as the bgram. You can also create an ngram of size 3 like this, so we can determine the sentiment word from its context. Here ngram term, not so bad, will suggest the positive sentiment instead of the negative. Produce ngram method of the ML.NET will produce the vector of count of ngram, just like the produce WordBags. Produce has ngram method will produce the vector of count of has ngram. The main difference between WordBag and ngram is that WordBag will process in the sequence where ngram will not. I have already written a program for this. Created the two different result model for WordBag and ngram. Both have the single property of a type float array. The structure of a demo class is similar to the previous example. This method will create the WordBags. For this, I have used the produce WordBags and pass the output column name and input column name. Then generate the model. Now this data view will have the new column named bags of word features. I have created a new helping method named print first row data. In that, pass the model and the name of the column that contain the word bags. Within that, transform the data view using the model. Here I have obtained the column from the schema. Each column stored the data into the slot and assign a name, using which we can obtain the value from it. So here we have obtained the slot name from the column and later obtain the value for that slot. Note that slot contains all the value in that column. Here I have obtained the column that we have passed in the parameter, that is bags of word features. For this we need to use the getColumn method of the data view and pass the type in the generic parameter. We know bags of word feature hold the vector, so type will be the v buffer of the float. And in the column parameter, pass the column of the schema. Here obtain the text column. Its type is a string and pass the text column from its schema. It's like the column view property in the preview of the data view. Now we have the value for the both column. Here obtain the first value from the text column and printed. And here obtain the value of the word of bag column and look through each item in the bag and print the value for the slot that we have obtained previously. This method will create the has word bags. For this we need to use the produce has word bags. Here I have passed the additional parameter too, like number of bits. It specifies the number of bits that we has. Ngram len specify the number of words to be in the group. Use all length specify the include the ngram having the only value set of the ngram length property or not. Means here I have specified the 3 for the ngram length. If I pass the true here, then it will print the value having the length 3 or fewer value 2. If it's a true, then it will just print the length of the 3 only. Using maximum number of invert, we can specify the maximum number of slot name that will be used while performing the hashing on it, and call the print first row data and display the value of the first row. This method will create the ngram. For this, we need to tokenize the text into the word, then use the map value to key to encode the value with the key, and finally use the produce ngram method to generate the ngram. Here I have specified the output column name, input column name, ngram length, and use all lengths. Has ngram will perform the operation on the has values. We need to use the produce has ngram method. It's like the previous method. Expect I pass the additional parameter name number of bits and change the method name. Let's run the project. Here is a text that used as an input. This is the output of the word bag. We have not specified the additional parameter, so it used the 2 as an ngram length and create a pair of 2 words. In the has word bags, we have specified the 3 for the ngram length and 4 for the use all length, so it create a pairs of 3 words, and it does not include the bags having the 1 or 2 words. And this is the result of the ngram method. It is similar to the above method as we have passed the similar argument. Here I have commented out the call for the has ngram as it's a throw exception. Looks like something is broken in this version. I have searched for it and found that the issue is already open in the GitHub. I hope it resolved when you are watching this video. Let's see what we have learned in this session. WordBags and Ngram both are used to create the grouping of words. Here is a simple chart that represents the difference between the WordBag and Ngram for a normal as well as a hash. Stay tuned for the next session.